for sitting down with me for this interview. So, I was wondering, what inspired you to plant that first seed? Well, my dad died when I was young, and I never got much time to really get close to him. And so I felt like, I don't know, I just felt like I wasn't really noticed by my father. And I really wanted him to like see me and get close to me because, I mean, he's my dad. And then I thought that since he was a farmer, I thought that it would be perfect to do the seeds and to show him that I'm his daughter and I love him and I care for him. And I just wanted to see me and notice me. So, very interesting. So now that you've planted this seed, do you feel any closer to your dad? And do you think that, do you have high expectations for this seed? Do you think this is going to become into a whole garden? Or do you think it's just going to be you and your one little seed? Well, actually, I do feel closer to my dad. Like spiritually, I feel like he's closer to me, that he's now watching me, noticing me. And I think in my head, I feel like it can really grow to show him, like it can get bigger and that I really care. And that I want to show, like make his legacy move on and show him that my huge garden was all for him. Very interesting. Thank you so much for sitting down with me and thank you for your time. Hi Curtis, thank you for joining me today.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi. So I'm just going to get right into the questions. Basically, what inspired you to plant this tomato plant? Because I saw you were planting some tomato plants.
Yeah, I am planting tomatoes, and I'm planting them for Letitia, because right now she's not talking to me.
Oh.
But I've actually grown to really enjoy planting them.
Oh, nice. Who's Letitia and how does she inspire you to do this?
Letitia is, I wouldn't say she's, like my love, but she's my love, and I don't think she really likes me right now. Just because, before I was obsessed with, like, my muscles, and, like, who wouldn't be obsessed with these biceps? But, gotta make some sacrifices in life, and this is for Letitia.
Okay. And do you see this going any further? Like, are you really into this, or you're just doing it for Letitia?
It's a good question. I think Letitia is my primary reason for this, but nonetheless, I really do like, the process. I think it's a very natural process. Like getting biceps like these is a very natural process. So maybe in the future I might, start my own garden or something. I don't know yet.
Nice. So you've really grown to love these plants.
Yeah, no, I definitely have. Tomato 1 and Tomato 2 and Tomato 3 are my children.
Wow. Well, that's amazing. So thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Bye.
And now back to us tonight. Tonight on the show we have Paul Fleischman, the author of Seed Fox, a wonderful book. I had a lot of fun reading this book with my family. Paul, thank you for joining us on the show tonight. I'd like to start asking you, what was your inspiration to write this book about 13 characters that all live in the same place and each have their own stories regarding a growing garden in a vacant lot?
Well, my inspiration for writing this book was basically to show how opposite people that are all different have one thing in common, and that is their love for nature. And in this book, it shows how all these people, they get closer together just by nature, even if it's just by constantly looking at it, like some of the characters, or growing plants for one you love. So, yeah.
Very interesting. I think we all love nature, and you've done a fantastic job here with the book. My question will be, can you name a few characters of the book and let us know how you think they come together in your story and share that love for nature?
Yeah, of course. Let's start off with Gonzalo. He's this little boy, and his family recently moved here from a country that only spoke Spanish. And he had known English and the rest of his family really didn't. But then one day when he was walking with his dad near this vacant lot, and then his dad saw these plants. And then the dad bought some seeds and planted like as if it was his language. So now really Gonzalo's the one that really doesn't know that language. So he begins to start helping his dad and grows a love for that and brings him closer to his dad with that nature.
What about Leona? She was my favorite character.
Oh yeah, of course. Leona, what she did is that there was a bunch of there was a vacant lot, and she saw that there were a few plants there, and she saw that there was a bunch of garbage there. So she took some garbage and went to this place, and then told them that that there was garbage here, and they didn't really listen to her until she took out the garbage bag. And when they smelled it, they really were like, okay, let's bring her in. And so she kept fighting and fighting, millions of phone calls she took just to have this place become a garden and have it not have garbage. Because really, the reason behind this is because her grandmother her grandmother, her doctors had always told her to take these pills. And then she would always say no to them and just have her tea, like her herbal tea and all of that from nature. And those doctors ended up dying, and she ended up living for about 100 years. So it was just showing that nature is the most healthy medicine for anything. So that's why she wanted it to be more important to have this place not have garbage and have it become a garden, because it could save people's lives.
What a great description, and I think there's a lot to be learned from your story. Very inspiring for families and kids. Thank you so much for sitting down with me for this interview.
No problem.
It's been a pleasure to have Sid Fox in your bookstore. Thank you so much. Thank you for being with us.